Hold on, we'll get any John. Okay. Hi, everybody, we're back. And we're using Restream.io. Done two things. We're restreaming now, so we're actually using 5 platforms. I'm using the Streamlabs chat box. And I reduced my bit rate to 2,000. It was at 3,000. That may have been part of the problem. But I remember for the longest time, I had been using Restream and not really had many issues. But anyway. So now I'm not using Prism's own multi-streaming capability. I'm using Restream's capability. So Prism is sending only to Restream. So we'll see what happens. Now I didn't do any introduction. This time I just went straight to it. So we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. And this is the second one. Oh, you know what? I didn't change the title. Sorry about that. Thank you, Kim. I didn't change the title. All right. Now that came through immediately on that, so I'm not showing a big lag, but the thing is, I know the lag builds over time, so let's see what happens. So we're back and we're working, and anyway, this live streaming game, man, it's always an issue. Always an issue. But ultimately, I think the thing to do is develop your own infrastructure if you can. And I have been investigating that. Eventually, we're going to develop our own network. There is a budget for that. It's not that difficult. And instead of having to, watch in an app, you just watch on the HTML5 website. That's what you do. So that's what we're talking about doing. Now I'm pouring some more Scotch over the ice, and I don't know what that is. And let's see. Okay, so this is our Scotch here. So let's open lines. Yeah, thank you. J-Boy did two things. I reduced my bit rate to 2,000. I forgot to change the title. I reduced the bit rate to 2,000, and I'm using Restream. Now I know that when you make changes, you should only change one thing at a time. But I believe that I have a combination of things that are an issue, and so I think probably Restream and 2,000 kbps limit. I think that's the key. We just may have been putting out too much data. All right, so let's do open lines. Now the other thing that I am seriously considering. No buffering now. Okay, good. Let's see if it stays that way. That might be the the bit rate. You know, it just may have been too high. Boy, is that good. All right. I'm sorry I didn't change the title. I'll go back later and edit it on Periscope and YouTube. The other ones I don't care about. But yeah. And then what we can do when I'm done is I can take a walk around the neighborhood, show you what's going on. This is good. Nothing like a whiskey soda. I was reading about World War II and the Allied Command. And something that Churchill's secretary said, that he would call for his first whiskey and soda at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that basically Allied Command strategy was based on, it was fueled by whiskey and cigars. Pretty amazing. But I absolutely believe it. So now Wenwen just came by a few minutes ago. And so maybe if she comes back, I could get her to say something. All right, so while we got everybody here, and it looks like we don't have any buffering, and we have fairly decent comment latency. Might be time for a Q&A. That is intestine. Really interesting. Now I'm going to tell you, I think the lady, the way she cooked the stuff, I think it was better. He put this sauce on it, which, I hate to say this, I have to tell Wenwen later, but it's just a very stereotypical, everyday, everybody else uses that, everybody else has the same flavor kind of sauce, which I hate. Food is good, but I mean, it's like, what if you went to a number of restaurants and they just put ketchup on everything? Wouldn't work. So, yeah. Anyway. And the this is the chicken. And before, so they source. There's a bunch of local vendors, suppliers. Now this is the chicken, right? And before, and there's nothing wrong with this. This is really good. And but there's no coating on it. You see what I'm saying? There's no like before they had a tapioca coating on it. It's crunchy. There's a lot of really good local meat suppliers here. Actually, down the road, I scoped it years ago. I should go back. But there's an afternoon market right over there. And even over here in the morning, at 6 a.m. in the morning, you can buy pork, that was killed an hour beforehand. And so, fresh is really, really important. This is not like what some people think about Asia, and they're thinking about on the other side of the strait, actually. But in Taiwan, freshness is really important. That's true, it does. That is. J-Boy, your response shows me that we have almost no lag in comments. That seems about right. Why don't we do this? We've done this for a while. Let's do latency test. Type something in. Hey Jerry. In February of next year, okay, a couple months, will be 16 years. Hey J-Boy, you can help me out. I appreciate it. I always appreciate it. Your reports and stuff, man. Thanks. You've been a big supporter from way back, and I really appreciate it. Let's do this. Without typing enter yet, just put like a number 1 or something, in the queue, and I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'll give you like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, please enter it, and I just want to see what kind of a lag we have. Is that cool? All right, so we're coming up on it. Ready? Okay, so here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5 seconds. Oh, wow, 9 seconds. Wow, 10 seconds. Wow, 10 ain't bad. And J-Boy is on Periscope, and Ken Run is on YouTube. Okay, I can live. Jerry, thanks. I can live with 10 seconds. Can you guys live with 10 seconds? Can you live with 10 seconds? I can. Now, there's only one other thing that I need to know. Okay. I gotta make you I'm gonna make you a moderator on YouTube, man. What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm using Restream, and the first time that I used Prism and Prism's restreaming service, the lag got greater and greater and greater as we went along, right? Woman, my job. This is Wenwen. This is the boss lady here, and you guys know her, right? Yeah. And that's her daughter. Yeah, that's her daughter Chi Chi. So this 现在没有时间聊哈，没太忙哈，有可能。你叫谁讲英文啊？谁跟他们讲啊？我会讲。可以吗 ？It says hi Wenwen。你可以说你好，讲英文吗 ？Hello. Okay, very good, very good. Wenwen is encouraging her daughter to say English, so yeah. So the beautiful and lovely woman. This is the boss lady. She owns all these businesses over here. She's very smart. That's all. Pei-chan told me just to make a company. So yeah. 琪琪，你几岁？8岁。She's 8. Okay. 谢谢啊。Bye bye. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, she is. She does look good. And J-Boy, she's divorced. So you guys, you know, I'm just saying. Now Chi-Chi said she was 8, right? That's Asian 8. She's really 7. When I met Wenwen, she was pregnant, and so was my wife. And my wife gave birth to my daughter, Phoenix, 3 weeks before Chi-Chi. And my daughter, Phoenix, just turned 7. Real 7. Real, you know, like starting from when she was born, not from when they think she was conceived. So in Asia, they always do that. Yeah, it's an interesting story. I've lived in this neighborhood, so yeah, Jerry. I was just talking with her in Mandarin. See, Wenwen's Vietnamese, and I can't speak any Vietnamese, and she doesn't know any English. So the only language we have in common was Chinese. And Jerry, if you're new to my streams, welcome. I appreciate you joining. Thanks. I live in Taiwan, and I've been here a long time, and have several businesses here, and I'm well known in the community. You know, and I'm Taiwanese. You know, I do what a lot of people in America used to complain about when the neighbors would only speak like Cambodian or Vietnamese, and they wouldn't like assimilate into the society. Okay, well, I'm assimilated here. I am, and our business is viewed as Taiwanese and the whole thing. But so the only language that Wenwen and I have in common is Chinese. She's really smart. She's really a good business person. And so the story is way over here on the other side. When I first came to this neighborhood was hang on a second, 2006. There's a place called Xiaohui, and Xiaohui's Thai style cuisine is how you would say it in English. And Xiaohui, that's the person's name. When you say xiao, it means like small or little. It's like an affectation. So no, it's not. But she has a lot of help too, with her mom and her sister and stuff. But anyway, so Xiaohui's name is Hui something. I don't know what it is, but Xiaohui is a nickname. Okay, it's like saying, I don't know. It's anyway. So Xiaohui had this restaurant over here, and we got to know her very well. It's a nice lady. Invited on many different occasions with her, different places, even been to her home and so forth. And she wanted, because Xiaohui is from Burma or Myanmar. She escaped into Thailand, got Thai ID, but she's Chinese. And in Chinese we call that Zhonghua, and that means overseas or people of Chinese origin. Like we would say, like Chinese DNA, but they're not from China. They're just Chinese people. And so Taiwan has a really cool policy of giving anybody with Chinese ancestry citizenship. So she came here, and her family name is Wang. And so anyway, she formed this business over here, but she wanted to go back to the Golden Triangle. And Xiaohui is another one of those genius business people, like not very high education, but super smart on making money. So Xiaohui bought a house, basically another house, like on my block. So it's fairly easy to do because of household registration that they have in Asia. And it's not that difficult to do because all the Asian countries have household registrations, and it lists, generations, and plus the names, and they can be traced. Chinese surnames were historically relatively new. Hey, how you doing, Mike? A relatively new development, and so they're basically made up, but the history is known. So anyway, Xiaohui decided to sell the place, and Wenwen and another Vietnam lady, bought it. And I was really sad to see Xiaohui's close, because if you look at my blog, I mean, gosh, I've got dozens and dozens of old, stories and stuff, things we would do and parties we'd have. We were always barbecuing out in front, always drinking and playing guitar and having fun. It was Thai place, and Thai people are so cool. They're really a lot of fun, and Thai music is so good, so. Oh, yeah, okay. But I'm not too familiar with that, so, okay. But yeah. Yeah, ethnicity is an ethnicity, right? So, Wenwen, anyway, so Xiaohui's closed, and then all of a sudden, construction, building. I'm like, oh, what are they doing? It's going to be completely different. Oh no. Shut open. And I went there, and food tasted the same. Met Wenwen, asked her, she said, oh, Xiaohui came in and trained all of my chefs. Good move. And Wenwen and Xiaohui still to this day have a relationship, and so do we. I saw Xiaohui, she came back last month, and my wife said she saw her today on a motor scooter, so we're going to get together in a couple of days. I think Xiaohui would dig live streaming stuff. Okay. Well, she's been in Taiwan almost as long as me, I think. A lot of Vietnam women end up here as wives for sale. Now, Jaspy, you guys know Jaspy. I think you know Jaspy. Anyway, she in our group on Taiwan Live TV, the late night group, she talks about how when she goes to Taiwan, she sees, buy a Vietnam wife. So yeah. No, it's not like that. It's matchmaking. It's not like that. So here's the thing. I'm not sure exactly what the case is, but when I met her, she was married to a Taiwanese guy. And I like to tell the truth, but I don't like to purposely be unkind or anything. But I will say that I think Wenwen's a lot smarter than her husband, at least what he led on to be. I don't really know. But one day she told me I divorced him. I'm like, really? And I didn't believe her. And then he's gone, so I don't see him anymore. But anyway, so getting back to the Xiaohui story, the lady that Wenwen was in business with, for some reason they had a falling out with. And so Wenwen opened this place over here by herself. And so successful because, again, she knows what she's doing. And she just gives people what they want. And the dozen or so live streamers from around the world that have come here and hung out, and like you guys saw in January 2018, when Casper and JL and John and Yuka came here, Wenwen just gives you what you want, whatever you need, okay? And so that's what you do. You give people, what they want, and then they pay you for it, and you make money. Well, this place over here, the lady that split, Wenwen, didn't make it, and she sold the business to somebody else. Okay, fast forward a little bit from there. You're not going to believe this. I come in one day over here, and woman's got a bruise right here in the cheekbone. I said, what happened? And she said in English, boxing. Boxing. Boxing? What do you mean? She said the lady over there is so angry because she can't get any customers. Because everybody that she knows that she will call, come to my place, they go to Wenwen's place because they like it better. The lady came over there and boxed Wenwen, like, in the face. Like, what'd you do? She said, I hit her back. Okay. I gotta tell you, I don't know what's going on over there. So that's absolutely that's good point. That is it right there, and that's what makes a difference. So, no, it wasn't cool. So anyway, if we go around the corner now, oh, I hit my head. Can't see it. It's probably dark. So, yeah, it is. You're right about that, Jerry. Sometimes there is a cost to doing business. And that's why your accountant always bothers you. What's this miscellaneous expenses column here? I don't get this, so yeah. Had to pay off the local Teamsters or whatever. So anyway, that was the deal with that. So anyway, after 2015, live stream became, thank you, good. We're trying to narrow it down. After 2015, by the way, I got to change the title. I messed it up, but on Periscope and YouTube, I can change the title. I'm sorry. When live streaming became good, well, I reduced the bit rate to 2,000. I think that's it. I think that's the secret. Live streaming became possible on mobile phones. I've been doing live streaming since the 90s, in the recording studio and sessions that we're doing making records and stuff back then, a long time ago. And so I started streaming from it over there, and it's become an iconic place, and so many people know it, and so many over a dozen scopers have been here. So understand, Ken. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. And guys, follow Ken Rod. He does coffee reviews, and he does a thing called Ken Rod's Coffee Break. And it's not like my streams where you got to watch for an hour or something and fast forward to Ken's nice and short and succinct, direct to the point. But he introduces and reviews some very interesting coffees. And so check it out. Ken Rod. He's in Texas, man. Cool place, barbecue place. So now that we have live streaming on mobile devices, been streaming over there, and the dozen or so live streamers from around the world that have come here multiple times, by the way. And even the Taiwan streamers like Jevons, who everybody knows and loves. We started a thing with, thank you, man. Actually, Rob Ebner, one of my followers, had an idea. Let me do this. Hang on. I'm not sure which is which. I think this is Ken. No, that's Casper. I got it. Anyway. Okay. Let me do a bumper.
Welcome here from the top of Europe, and you're watching Taiwan Live with MJ Klein.
I got a bumper with Rob Ebner too. It must be this one. Yeah, here it is. This is Rob.
Hi, this is Rob Ebner, and you're watching Late Night with MJ Klein.
All right. And I know I got Ken running there too. See, the thing of it is the thumbnail's black. I think, did I do this one? No, I did that one. It must be this one. Yeah, this one.
Hello, my name is Ken Rod, and you're watching Late Night with MJ Klein.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. So that's Ken Rod, and Rob. Rob had an idea, so why don't you ask people to send postcards? I'm like, that is a good idea. So here's what we do. If you go to TaiwanLive.tv, that's our companion website, go right there, TaiwanLive.tv, use the pull-down menu, go to Late Night, and here's what you do. I'll make it really, really super easy for you. TaiwanLive.tv/late-night-show, or you can use the menu. When you go to that page, scroll down and you'll see a link, mailing labels for postcards. And by the way, this picture was taken at Wenwen's back when I had a mustache. If you click on mailing labels for postcards, you will download a PDF file that you can print and use for labels. It has English and Chinese interlaced, so the post office can very easily just send it. And you don't have to type anything or write anything in Chinese for it to get here. It makes it a lot easier. Our email for the show is latenight@taiwanlive.tv. If you want to contact me about anything, if you want to tell me how bad I stink, that's okay. I appreciate those. I appreciate constructive criticism. Or any ideas that you want, show ideas, anything that you want me to cover. Because I do go out in the field and show different things too. If you frequent this channel, I don't have as much opportunity now as I used to, but I used to cover a lot of night markets and local culture, and I really enjoy that a lot. But anyway, so you can send us a postcard, and so far I think we've got 14 or 15 postcards from around the world, including including a beautiful postcard from Oahu. We have no idea who it came from. No signature. And it called me by name too, and Wenwen. And thanks so much, blah blah blah, and enjoy watching, and so whoever you are, thank you. I don't know who it is. So what do you do? All right, well, we're coming down to the end of this. Got bones. Oh, one thing you need to know, when you travel to Asia, you have to assume that there's bones in everything. Because one thing about the United States is that food regulations on a national level dictate that if the food looks like it's boneless, it must be boneless. Like, for example, if you bought a package of hot dogs, it is a reasonable assumption that those hot dogs will be boneless. And they have to be. So, man, see, 1998 was 2 years before I ever visited Taiwan. So, actually, Mike, I wasn't here yet. I started doing business in Taiwan in 2002. 1988. Okay, wow, yeah. And so I moved here in 2004. So yeah, I wasn't here. Sorry about that. And Taiwan was a completely different place back then, obviously, because I have seen tremendous change. Yeah, oh, they do, absolutely they do. You just don't want to get, bite into one and everything. But yeah, and they say it's that meat on the bone tastes better, and I agree with that. But there's one other thing that can get you, and it got me. There's a mountain vegetable that they have. In Taiwan, mountain vegetables are very popular, and they have a fern that's curled up, like what we call a fiddlehead. Have you guys seen those fiddleheads? Because it looks like the scroll work on the top of a violin. Where ferns, they unfurl like this, right? Like a sail. They're rolled up. And so they call those fiddleheads. Like if you go to Maine and in New England in springtime, before the ferns have opened, people go and they pick fiddleheads, and they taste a lot like asparagus. They're really good. Well, they have a similar fiddlehead type vegetable here. And it's served with these little round brown spears. Looks like a bean. About the size of a chickpea. And we ordered some one night. And nobody told me there's a seed in this thing. I'm not kidding, man. I put these things in my mouth, and I just about cracked the molar. I mean, seriously, I was eating with a normal amount of bite force, and I spit this thing out. And I got this look on my face, I'm looking at this, and my Taiwanese friends were like, "Oh, we forgot to tell you. Sorry." Well, I used to, it means I'm embarrassed. It means, excuse me, it's embarrassing. And so, yeah, when you first come here, until you get used to the lay of the land, you have to really, really be careful about things, because you can find yourself with a cracked molar. Now, the good news is it's cheaper to get that stuff fixed here than it is other places. All right, here we go. Some more whiskey. This will probably be my last. As you know, I don't get drunk. But we can walk around with this. Now, one more stick of this. Let me show you. I'm going to show you this on the back camera. I just hit the gimbal by mistake. Come on. Focus. There you go. Look at this. Succulent pieces of pork. Skewered and deep fried. I mean, does that look good or what? And the only thing that would make that better would be bootsy sauce. And we are going to be getting a couple more bottles of bootsy sauce. And if you look in this stream's title, because I'm an idiot, I didn't change it on Restream. They are in fact releasing 54,000 pieces. Wow. I just got an email from Prism. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've been very fortunate. Let's take a little side trip here a second. I just want to say thank you to the developers at Prism. They're owned by Naver, this huge company that owns Line and all this. They're a monster company from Korea. They got a very small development team. But if you guys try to work with Twitter or YouTube or anybody else, their attitude pretty much is, we can take it or leave it. We don't really need you. You know what I mean? We all love it when developers listen to us. Now I'm going to read you an email that I sent yesterday And I just heard back from the developers at Prism just now. You heard that little, that's my other device. Let me read this to you, because this is important. I want you to understand that when you are using Prism Live Studio, that's the streaming app that I'm using, you got people behind you that are willing to listen to you. Now listen. This is my email to Jake, who's the lead developer. Blah, 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 introduction. It says, any media items that you place on the screen. By the way, all those bumpers and things and any icons or stuff that I put on the screen earlier, that's what I'm talking about. Because there is a, if I slide over here, there's a section over here called the studio, my studio. I can add media, I can add music, I can add a website, I can even do a screencast, all from there. I can put whatever icons that I want. So these media items. Now listen to this. Any media items that you place on the screen have a cancel mark. That's the X in the upper right hand corner. That X really needs to be away from the corner, because it's almost impossible to tap that when your multimedia item is in full screen mode. Okay, well, how much has it increased by? I mean, maybe we just need to limit our live streams to 30 minutes. And I said, it is especially difficult to tap the X on curved screen devices like anything made by Samsung. Yes. Here's what he says. Dear MJ, you're right. I just ran Prism app and loaded a picture and filled the screen, and it was hard to press the close button. Yes, these little parts come together and lead to user satisfaction with the whole service. I will write this down well. So he's going to take notes on this. So anyway, so what I did was I told him, I said, if you need me to test something or beta test something, you know, it's fine. And he said, I'll ask if we need your help. He said, but in fact, you're already getting a lot of help from you, so that's good. Because, you know, I have experience, and that's what developers really should want, is experienced users. But not everybody does, and I don't know why that is. So yeah, so the guys at Prism, hey, you know, and I have it on good authority directly from them that on October 30th, they're going to issue an update. I think they said it's 1.9. Good, thank you. I got to change the title because I forgot to change the title. So yeah. The guys at Prism, they know what they're doing. But one of the things that they're worried about is that there's too much. And it is. And you know, one thing about being a developer, which I can relate to in another field, you don't have time to use the app. I read an interview. No, a review. When Boston's debut album came out, 1976, the reviewer was talking to Tom Schultz. And Tom Schultz is the writer, the mastermind behind the Boston band, right? A man I've had the good fortune of meeting on more than one occasion. And the thing is the interviewers, or the reviewer said that Tom Schultz heard Elton John's Your Song and thought it was new. Never heard it before. I read an interview with Tom Schultz about 2 years ago, and the interviewer was talking about all the different people that thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Was talking about all the people that Boston had influenced, and he was naming all these people. And Tom Schultz said, "I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't know who any of those people are. And they're like really famous, really big people." And so, yeah, as a professional musician, I mean, Brian May and Freddie Mercury came to a club to see my band and meet me and some of the other guys, and I was out and I missed them. But they were in the area. And they were playing at, that's back when Klein used to play really small places because they liked to control the sound there. But I never got a chance to see them because I was too busy playing. And just like Tom Schultz, I would hear stuff on the radio and go, "Oh wow, that's really cool." Did that just come out? No, it's been out for 10 years, 5 years. I never heard it. Excuse me. I hate when I gotta pick my teeth. And so, same with the developers, you know. They're so busy working on the product, they don't use it. And they don't have time to push it to the max, you know. They can't get out of it, you know, what we get out of it. So, let's go take a walk around the neighborhood. Now, I don't have my lens on, my wide angle lens, but let's go take a walk. And so, anyway. Yeah, me too. 2 different occasions, guys. 2. Not 1, 2. Brian May and Freddie Mercury missed him by less than 10 minutes. I sat down in a chair and go, "Wow, this chair's warm." Yeah, Freddie Mercury was just sitting there. Oh. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay the bill right now, and you guys can watch me. So, 先生，你好，先生。Can't hear me yet. Let's walk over there. I'm going to take this glass, and I'm going to leave this stuff here. Hey, Didi, 我想要走路看看，就是这个东西在这边哈。
OK。
回来拿了哈。
OK。
OK， 谢谢。知道多少吗？
啊，老板，那个多少哎？
你刚刚没有东西啊？
What up? So,
忘记了。
no, we're good. We're gonna walk around.
想看看。
啊，
You want to eat
他
them?
没写啊。要删了。
They didn't write it down.
你大概没关系，你跟我讲大概什么东西。
你没有写啊？
没有写啊，没有写啊。
They forgot to write it down.
你告诉我，我来算。
Okay. 没关系。Okay. 等一下，我看看。Okay. So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna see what we had. So, yeah. 我知道哎。Okay. 等一下 I'm gonna go over here. Okay. 就是没关系啊。Okay. 这个
有吗？哈。
这
个有2只。
两只，
的6只，
一个
7只，
一个，
对，这样子就7个，
这个一个
8个，因为这个价格都是35。
Okay.
8个。
So we're just counting how much stuff I had because they forgot and they didn't write it down. So this happens. 280. Okay. 300给你啊。Gonna give him, I don't have my wide angle lens on. The wide angle lens is so much better. So, 谢谢，没关系。你需要一支笔吗？哦，有 ，OK， 有一支笔啊，好 ，OK。So well, I'll tell you what. Let me just. All right, so you guys still with me? Yeah, just funny stuff. You guys still with me? All right, listen. This is my whiskey bottle. I'm not going to need this. I'm going to leave this here. And so let me take this though. Hey, Didi. 看看我的东西好不好？ OK， 我还没喝完呢，我走路 我对，
等一下我们会帮你扫。
我知道，谢谢。OK， 我还没喝完，我走路啊，喝完了啊，我一来 OK， 谢谢。OK， so here we go. 好，谢谢. So they're gonna take care of my stuff. Here's my bike here. So they're gonna take care of my stuff. I got my gimbal on. No wide angle lens. One of the things I was talking about with Jake was the fact that all the new devices have 3 cameras. You know, I got this super wide angle lens. It looks great built into the camera, but Prism or none of it. You know, YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Periscope, none of them take advantage of the multiple cameras. You know, got a little wind here. So we haven't taken a walk in the neighborhood for a while. And so what I'm going to do is, because I told you that story, gosh, I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I don't think I will. You guys with me? Yeah, thanks. Well, it should be nice and clear. And we've got the, you know, the Wi-Fi box here in the, whoa. What happened to our, yeah, here you go. Come on. Come on. Come on back. Something happened. There we go. I don't know what happened to the gimbal. It just decided to quit on me for a second. Anyway, Wi-Fi box is in, whoops, is in the bag here. So what I'm going to do is, we're talking about Xiaohui's and that restaurant. I'm going to show it to you. And it's like, all right, I want to walk across the street. This is the high life where I stream from sometimes. I got my whiskey glass. It's nice. Okay. Now we're gonna cross the street. I just came from over here, and in a few minutes I'll go back and show that to you, because that is an iconic place. That absolutely is an iconic place that we have brought many live streamers to. Now you see that yellow sign? Now it looks nice and bright on camera, but notice that it's not really much brighter than the awning or the surrounding building. In real life, it's actually very dingy and dim. And it says, basically it says, in Chinese, it says Thai Vietnamese style cuisine. Because it says Shang La Fan in a really weird script in Chinese, which just means like the aromatic pork and rice. And this is terrible. Look at this place. Like there's, I don't know what's going on, but like there's nobody in there. I haven't been in here in a long time. There's like a couple of karaoke rooms, but I mean, hey, ni hao, ni hao. Okay, so anyway, the boss lady there's a couple of karaoke rooms, but nobody's really, I mean, it's not like Xiaohui's was completely open. It was an open place. It was fantastic. If you look at the blog, there's so many pictures, and like we'd have Japanese visitors come in, we have Taiwanese people and some Aboriginal people from down the mountains, have Thai people, Vietnamese people, me, and many others, just hanging out and singing all different kinds of songs, and it was just fantastic. But I haven't set foot in that place in like 6 years. So this place over here on the left and that place over there, they're selling Binglong, which is betel nut, and the place on the far right with the star, that's owned by the guy that has that Nissan GTR, the black one, the 2010 model. Yep, so I'm going to walk across the street without getting hit. You can see my shadow. And what I'm going to do, look at that. That's my shadow with the gimbal, see? Look right on the wall. My shadow with the gimbal, see that? Gimbal makes all the difference, guys. Back in 2015, I was invited to participate in Scope Day, remember that? I didn't have a motorized gimbal, but I had an actual Glide Cam 2000 that I used. Alright, now that you have an idea of that part of the neighborhood, the Jar Jar store is directly ahead, and I have scoped from that place many times. The first time I had a really, really nice broadcast on the streaming platform called Broadcast, It was one evening right there. You haven't learned anything from me, Mike. I'm just goofing around, but thanks. That is the Jar Jar store, and that's where I did my first major broadcast from. I had like 400 viewers that night. That was great. That was so much fun. I really miss that platform. Now this is what Wenwen's looks like. And I have a little bit of a story to tell you about it. This whole corner is owned by her except for the very last shop. Now, I'm going to go up here and show you what it says. Yeah, that was a while back. That was quite some time ago. I think it's still on my personal channel. I think it's on YouTube. Now see that where it says deep fried chicken and the garan, ga chien, or whatever you say, I don't even know. That's Vietnamese. Okay? And on the far right corner it actually says Wai Song Gen Hua, which means delivery phone, but I don't think they deliver it anymore. So anyway, excuse me. Crispy skin chicken, and anyway. And it's crispy skin, chicken skin. It's kind of funny, but that's what it is. So the story about this is, I'm here one day talking to Wenwen, and she says to me, how do you translate, and this word here, Shang Ji Pai, those three words, how do you translate that into English, she says to me. And so off the top of my head, I just say, well, it's deep fried chicken. But then I thought about it later, and I sent her a message. I said, really, the pie part, right? It's really like a chicken cutlet. So and we know it's deep fried chicken cutlet, right? So she didn't tell me that she was going to take my translation and put it on a stinking sign out here, you know, with lights on it and stuff. I would have been a little bit more careful. But I said it's really should be called a deep fried chicken cutlet. But I sent that message to her like maybe a day after, because I like to be thorough. If people ask me a question, I like to be thorough. I was thinking about it. I said, nah, I need to give her a better answer than I don't know what she's going to do with it. And by that time, she had already ordered the sign. So yeah, it says deep fried chicken because that's what I told her that Shang Ji Pai means. Oh man. Reminds me of the time that she had me come over and take a bunch of pictures of food and drink. And I used Lightroom and made them beautiful with a black background. And then she said, oh, I can't use these because they're going on a sign and they're too dark. Because she told me that, I would have known it. I would have not made a black background. This is the place that I always scope from right here. And that's Wenwen's sister right there. So let's do this. That's Wenwen right there. This is a cool story. This is Wenwen right here. So this is the inside. And let me we'll kind of I'm going to put the Wi-Fi box out here. Hey, Chi-Chi, ni hao. Let's go. I'll put the Wi-Fi box out here so we can go in here. Let's go in the kitchen and show what the kitchen looks like. It's been a while. And I don't have I unfortunately do not have my wide angle lens on, but it's okay. Upstairs, she has karaoke rooms, and you can hear. And that's where we went with Casper and all those friends that came here in January. So this is the kitchen. The kitchen. Yep. So there you go. Huh? Come on. Okay. So yeah, it's been a while since we've been in the kitchen. So, well, that's it. Okay. So anyway, that's what we got. Oh, I forgot. Very important. Very important. And this is like a Hollywood shot. This kind of camera. So yeah. The screen on this phone is so wide that I know I'm not filling the frame. on the live stream like I am in the
那
camera.
个
So
把那个面纸的先收起来，把它倒掉，可以吗？
我不懂你的意思什么？啊？
那个面纸啊，
哦哦哦。
卫生纸啊，先把它收起来。
哦，没关系，没关系啊，我还真是没事，没关系啊，没关系啊。对我没有都这样，不好意思啊。
哦，没关
I
系。
didn't throw my my tissues away and stuff. So, all right, so let's a little walk around the neighborhood, kind of give an idea of what's going on. So let's see what we got here. This is a little bit like not. Hang on. I'm trying to make this. What's going on? This gimbal is acting weird. It's acting really, really strange. It's not. I calibrated it recently, and I also gosh, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I calibrated it and I initialized this up, so it should be level, but it's not quite so. All right, thanks so much for joining. I got to go and change the title of this and the subsequent YouTube stream. But thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for helping me to troubleshoot what's going on. It seems to me that pretty much no matter what we do, if we go beyond a certain point, we go beyond 30 minutes, we start getting more latency. It builds up over time, and I don't know what we can do about that. Maybe nothing. Maybe what I need to do is just to continue to use Prism's multi-streaming capability, because I always get instantaneous comments. You think so? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I get instantaneous comments that even beat the Restream, the Streamlabs chat box, which is another thing that I've been talking with Prism about, because if Prism is able to capture those comments so quickly, they need to make a chat box that burns to the stream. They need to. Hey, Jerry, thanks for hanging in there. You hung around for a long time. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Jerry. I will probably be on tomorrow around the same time. That's usually when I do my late night show on Sunday. So we'll see what's going on, and maybe I can find something more interesting. But I told you that story. I just wanted to take you over there and show you that place. And it's like, I don't know. I don't want to go in there. So, yep. Yes, as an app developer, go ahead. We're listening. This should be like that. Let me do this. There you go. Now we're gonna turn this back on and let it recalibrate. Bus station. I don't know what you mean. Bus station, where? It is, but I didn't do it. Yeah. Well, Periscope has management problems. Let me just say that. But yeah, Periscope definitely has management problems, and there's nothing you can do about it. But, because when I read about the development of Periscope, the inventor didn't even know or didn't even see the need for landscape. Yeah, I've never been to Shanghai, but that's cool. And they got their own dialect. It's pretty cool. Get your wife to tell you, I don't want to. Ask your wife in English to say, I don't want to, in Shanghai language. Ask your wife to do that and see what she says. In Chinese, in Mandarin, it's 我不要.